Hello, and you are all very welcome to a very special place. We're in the Italian Dolomites for one of the most beautiful bike races on earth. The UCI Enduro and e-Enduro World Cups from Val di Fassa Trentino. The opening stage of the race was Titans. Just under 3 kilometres of some of the finest trail known to humankind. A flat-out off-camber charge across the piste changed complexion to super steep technicality once it hit the woods. It was time to forget all the nerves, all the tension. Stage 1 was go.
Just hands were so sore. It's so rough, like taking the hits, like trying to avoid holes, but sometimes you just have to hit them.
Noga Karem went into an early lead ahead of Rocky Mountain race faces Adrian Lanfia and Rudeau. Gloria Scarzi had slid out in a turn for a rocky start to her day.
Super slippery. I had a little crash on the flat corner. I think I found a good speed after.
Trek Factory Racing's Hattie Harnden was also in the wars. A flip over the bars on Titans landed her with bruised ribs and into a world of pain. Amazingly, she still managed to cross the line in 7th. Pivot Factory Racing's Morganne Charre took over the lead, having arrived in Italy firmly in the hunt to take her first overall title. But the woman she had to beat went faster again. Lapierre Zip Collective's Isabeau Courdurier established an early lead in the race by some 5 seconds. Charre's teammate Matt Walker, a 4th place finisher here back in 2021, led the way early on in the elite men's race. Getty Fox's Slavomir Lukasic had an off. The winner of the last round, Reese Werner, went 3rd fastest. Likewise, the series leader, 3 times a winner here in the past, Richie Rude, was 2nd.
Let's go, Richie!
Go, Richie!
6 seconds faster and into an early lead, though, was France's flat pedal wizard, Alex Rudeau.
Pretty hard for the arm. I don't do a lot of mistakes. Yeah, keep it like this.
After the first stage of the day then, Isabeau Courdurier led the way from Morganne Charre and Melanie Pugin. Barbara Wojcik from the Czech Republic was up in 9th, mixing it with the factory riders. In the elite men's race, Rudeau led the way from Rude. Werner was 3rd, and on his first race back from becoming a new father, Zach Johansson was in 10th. The Enduro World Cup riders would face a 41-kilometre long course with 5 stages and a total of 2,800 vertical metres of descending. The e-Enduro course would add 2 power stages and a second run through the final stage to add up to a total of 49 kilometres over 8 stages. To catch up on all things e-Enduro, stay tuned at the end of this highlights package for our coverage of all things electric. Infinity beckoned. At 4 kilometres long, it wasn't exactly never-ending, but it did feature a heartbreaking climb alongside some superb Dolomite single track.
Hard, mate. Giving it everything, but feels like I'm going nowhere.
Gaia Tormena, a UCI world champion in cross-country eliminator, had donned some pads for the weekend and was cracking on.
Pretty good, better than expected. I don't have any more the legs, the arms, I'm just riding mentally.
Cheered on by her home fans, she was 9th on stage 2. At the front, the UK's Chloe Taylor was on another good run of form. She was 3rd ahead of Isabeau Courdurier.
Way too tough. Yeah, I'm cooked.
Temperatures increased as the afternoon wore on. The brutal climb on stage 2 was proving to be far from the riders' favourite.
I love this place, but this climb, please no more. It's so long and very hard. Not the climb, but after it was very, very hard to push again at the end of the stage. So. I crashed just before. Today I think I'm a bit tired because it's already the 2nd crash.
Anyone who has bruised ribs before will tell you that even getting air in can be eye-wateringly painful. Hattie Harnden is made of some kind of cement that is somehow very good at bike racing, however. Against all odds, she won the stage.
I think that's one of the most difficult stages I've ever done. So physical. And like so fast, but there were so many people on that climb. It was so good, like just heckling you and yeah, just trying to make you not stop.
Courdurier hung on to her race lead.
Oh man, that's relentless. Everyone's talking about the big climb, but there's so many small climbs as well. It's like you empty the tank and you still need to keep digging.
Alex Rudeau shipped 19 seconds on stage 2 and finished 10th. Ahead of him there was a battle of the Kiwis.
Quite surprising, to be honest. I don't know, just digging deep out there, trying to not have fun in a way, kind of thing. Like if you're having fun, you're probably not trying hard enough. So I don't know, just digging in and trying to force a bit of flow out here.
Matt Walker just nudging out Specialized Racing's Charlie Murray to finish 3rd on the stage. Jesse Melamed was ahead of them both for Canyon Collective.
One of the hardest stages ever, like pedaling on the top, fire road, you do another little climb, you do another fire road climb, before you even get to the minute long, just straight up, and then you have to ride a bike.
But out front there was no stopping the big man. Richie Rude took the stage win.
I think Reese crashed up top and I caught him on the climb and then followed him for another minute, and it was kind of weird. Like, I didn't know whether I should go around him or not, but it was good to just take a chill. But, you know, I mean, rode the bottom pretty slow, but, you know, held on, so that's what counts.
He now led on the road ahead of Walker and Melamed. Electric Line was the third stage. Only Titans was a steeper test, with pretty much the entirety of its 2.2 kilometres being amongst the trees and littered with rock and root alike. Barbara Wojciech was at it again on stage 3. She finished the stage in 5th. Gloria Scarzi was refusing to back down. Her performance in finale outdoor region had been nothing short of stellar, and she was out to back it up. She was third on Electric Line. Melanie Pugin was riding well for We Ride Fulgur factory team. She finished the stage 2nd. Isabeau Courdurier was peerless amongst the trees. She won the stage to increase her grip on the lead of the bike race. Canyon Collective's Dimitri Tordo slid off the boardwalk and got tangled in the safety netting. Melamed again was third. Whilst Richie Rude was clubbed back into 2nd place by a resurgent Alex Rudeau, who took the stage win. Isabeau Courdurier then led from Morganne Charre by just 7 seconds. Melanie Pugin was third. Behind them, Scarzi was up 2 spots and into 5th and was champing at the bit for the second half of the race. Likewise, Wojciech was up 4 spots into 8th. Rude now led from Melamed from Rudeau. 13.5 seconds covered the sharp end of things, whilst at the other end of the top 10, both Slavomir Lukasic and Rhys Werner were up 5 spots each and heading towards the front of the race. It was time to head to the roof of the world. Tutti Frutti has become one of the world's most famous trails, and once again back into showcase enduro mountain bike racing at its very, very best.
Yeah, that Tutti Frutti, it's a good stage, but it's hard when your ice goes like that, but I enjoyed it.
Noga Karem on her new Commensal went fastest of the elite women to begin with. The first woman to displace her was Melanie Pugin, as the wind started to crease on the exposed ridgeline section.
Long, very long. I would like to win the stage, but it's so hard.
But when you're riding in a bit of form, sometimes the right stages arrive at the right time. Morganne Charre loves the longer, tougher tests, and she went fastest on Tutti Frutti.
It was good. I finally had my head in the right place. This morning I was riding good, but I was just too much going on in my head. Yeah, it's perfect conditions right now. Really physical, but I pushed really hard, so yeah, I'm happy and we'll see.
It's full gas on the top, but also very tricky with a lot of hard turns, so definitely just trying to have some good speed and have fun.
Courdurier was third, which was enough to give Charre the lead of the race.
just had a chain off during last pedaling part, so I pushed my bike, just jump on the bike, continue to pedal, and it came on. So thankfully I can continue like that, but I think I lost a bit.
Orbea Fox's Martin Mayes was having a miserable time off it out on the stages. A puncture on the longest test of the day did nothing to turn that around. But he wasn't the only one. The overall champ, Jesse Melamed, was struggling with arm pump. He dropped 2 spots on the long stage. Richie Rude from the lead of the race suffered a flat on Tutti Frutti, a stage which had traditionally been such a happy hunting ground for the American, turned on its master. Charlie Murray, by contrast, was having a stormer and led the way on the mammoth stage before being pipped back into second place by Matt Walker.
Yeah, didn't hold anything back because I know I'm pretty close, so I was just like, well, if there's any way to make a bit of time or like just give it all, it's that one. So yeah, dug pretty deep, saw a bit of red and had a bit of fun.
It would turn out to be Pivot Factory Racing's first elite men's stage win of 2023, and what a place to do it. Tutti Frutti had injected a huge dollop of chaos in the elite men's race, perhaps more so than any other stage this season. Matt Walker now led, but Alex Rudeau was in second, having survived mechanical maladies by 12.5 seconds, and Richie Rude was now 16 seconds behind his 4th win in the Val di Fassa Trentino. Melamed was 4th and Murray was 5th. Morganne Charre was out front by just 0.7 of a second from Isabeau Courdurier. Melanie Pugin was 3rd, but the superb Hattie Harnden in 4th, riding through the pain barrier. Just one stage remained, Ciastes. At just 1.2 kilometres in length, it was a short but technical test.
It's been a tough day. I think like the altitude, you definitely just feel a little bit more drained than you normally would.
Quite a few broken souls up here. Everyone's been a bit quiet, but yeah, it's been a tough day. Like the intensity's been real high. It's been a long day, but one last push now and then we're done.
Yeah, last stage of the day. We're definitely tired. It's been a pretty burly day out so far. You don't even feel like you're in a race sometimes. Like you're just so cracked.
Yeah, a little bit nervous, a little bit excited. Be nice to lay it on the line and see if we can bump up the ranking a little. But you never know. It's bike racing.
I'm stuck between like kind of ride the best I can and you know maybe just be a little cautious. But I know Jesse is gonna freaking send it, so it'll be hard to protect the old 3rd spot.
It's just all or nothing really. So my plan is like, if he's a second in front, Charlie's a second behind, and this stage is like short but super intense, and I think it suits me, so I just want to give it everything, and if I throw it away, like I'm okay with that, but it's racing, like I just want to go.
I'm watching Charlie Murray on YouTube. A real quick refresh on the course report. So nervous. Yeah, I don't know, I think there's a little buffer, so just got to try to be smart with it and not do anything stupid. Pedal hard where it's easy, take a little bit of caution, but not too much caution because that could just disappear pretty quick.
I know the times are super close, so basically we have one more stage to push really hard, and then yeah, we'll see. I'm happy with my day so far, so yeah.
Just 1,200 metres stood between Morganne Charre and another win. Just 1,200 metres stood between Matt Walker and his first ever win. Was he about to make it 5 different winners in 5 races? Getty Fox's early season points leader Bex Barona finished 4th on the stage, just behind the impressive Gloria Scarzi on Canyon Collective Pirelli. Barbara Wojciech was 6th. All eyes were on the challenger. Less than a second has separated them atop Ciastes after the reseating of the riders in their order on the road. Who would come out on top? Charre or Courdurier? At the stage finish, we saw a not unfamiliar sight to fans of enduro racing. Champions have the ability to up their games when the big moments present themselves. Isabeau Courdurier had dominated on Ciastes, carried speed everywhere and snuck in pedal strokes where others could only dream. She crossed the line nearly 8 seconds ahead of a distraught Morganne Charre, who would be forced to settle for second. But it would be Melanie Pugin who would come in third in a Team France 1-2-3 in the overall.
It was an insane battle. It's the first time I think I dropped in the last stage with that amount of pressure. I think she pushed me so hard and definitely like never before, and it just shows the amount of pressure we have right now to perform at such a level. It's insane, and I think it's good for the sport. We have some close battle and it's exciting to watch.
Jose Borges led the way early in the elite men's race, until Charlie Murray came down ahead of him. As ever, Melanie laid it all down. But this time, it wasn't enough to beat Charlie Murray. The battle for second was on. Rude dropped first, followed by Rudeau.
Go, Richie, go! Go, Richie! Go, 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 go! Hey, go, go! Come on! Go, go, go!
As they crossed the line, all eyes looked to the top of the stage. There was one rider left. Matt Walker stood on the verge of a win years in the making.
Go, 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 go!
Matt Walker took one of the most popular wins in enduro history when he opened his elite men's wins account. Pivot Factory Racing's head Kiwi was more than enjoying his time in the saddle in Val di Fassa Trentino and attacked from top to bottom.
A first win, definitely out the blue. I wasn't really expecting it. I always like the venue here. I know you can't have a bad day when you're riding bikes somewhere like this, so definitely a few things I want to tidy up with my riding, but man, I just had such a fun day. I really can't complain. Even if I came 50th or whatever, I had a sick day out, so I'm stoked.
He took his second stage win of the day by 1.3 seconds from Charlie Murray. Matt Walker is a UCI World Cup winner, taking victory ahead of Alex Rudeau and Richie Rude in third. Charlie Murray was fourth, and Jesse Melamed finished behind his title rival Rude in fifth. Isabeau Courdurier leads the women's title race by 144 points ahead of Morganne Charre. Third spot goes to Bex Barona, who is just 7 points ahead of Hattie Harndon, who now has some time to let those ribs heal. The rest of the top 10 are all tightly spaced, with Wojciech now into 9th. In the elite men's race, Richie Rude is top of the heap in the elite men's rankings, ahead of the two Canadians, Werner and Melamed. Rudeau leads Murray. Behind them, it's Booker, Walker, Lukasic, Denio and Tordo. And as we head into the mid-season summer break, then it is Yeti Fox Factory Race Team who are in control of the Teams Championship, ahead of Lapierre, Zip Collective and Pivot Factory Racing. Aside from a thrilling Enduro World Cup, there was an almighty battle for the e-Enduro World Cup podium places. In a year that has redefined how tough e-bike racing can be, Val di Fassa Trentino would raise the bar even higher. Laura Charles took the win on the opening e-Enduro stage, with Germany's Ines Thomas separating her from her rival Flo Espinera in third. The two title rivals would go on to trade wins on the opening 4 stages of the day, with only the resurgent race-winning Alia Marcellini disrupting their domination with a win on stage 2. Stage 4 saw disaster for one of mountain biking's greats. Fabian Burrell suffered a puncture on Tutti Frutti and lost bucket loads of time in the process, which was then compounded by missing his start time on stage 5.
The day was alright. It was really high with the altitude. Managing the technicity of the terrain, how loose it was quite hard, and find my pace through. And I wasn't on peak speed like I was on the 2 other races.
The men's e-Enduro was bar-to-bar combat high in the Italian Dolomites. The opening 5 stages saw 5 different winners. Burrell, Pombo, Gilchrist, Mari and Pugin all collecting a win apiece. At the same point in the elite women's race, Laura Charles was out in front of Espinera by 14 seconds. Espinera outplaced the Frenchwoman on the last pair of stages, but it was too little too late. Laura Charles took the win in UCI e-Enduro World Cup in Val di Fassa Trentino by 5 seconds ahead of her Chilean rival. Ines Thomas was all smiles in third.
Today was good for me, the power stage. The beginning of the season was the totally nightmare for me. So at this race is my main goal, to just take it easy and relax. And yeah, I did it pretty well, so I'm quite happy about this because it's not super easy.
The battle for top spot in the men's had been hotly contested all day, but the most consistent rider had been Kevin Marie. The Lapierre Zip Collective star took victory by 15 seconds from the Spaniard Alex Marin and Hugo Pugin. Flo Espinera still leads the way in the overall standings, and despite a deflating day in the office, Fabian Burrell maintains his overall points leader's jersey in the men's. The UCI Enduro World Cup will return at the start of September in Ludenvielle-Périgudes in France. Until then, thanks for watching, catch your breath, and we'll see you there.